Okay, what do you want to happen in an interview?
Well, it's a good question. Something special, something you want out of the interview. First of all, the preparation. Probably you will let the guy you are interviewing know about the interview in a week advance, a couple of days are enough. But don't let him know everything you're going to ask. Just the form of the interview, maybe 3 points. If you let him know every questions, the whole interview, he will start to focus on the sentences, the words he is going to say. So what will happen in the interview? He's a bit frozen because he's thinking about all these sentences he made before the interview. So it's the best way to don't prepare him enough, just a little bit, and then the interview will be more relaxed. You know that the guy in front of you, he knows everything. He has studied this field for a decade or all his life, so he's able to talk and talk and talk. But that's not the interview. If the interview is Q&A, question and answers. So don't forget your answers, don't forget what you will have out of the interview. So you are the director, you are forming this interview. So after the first question, which is about what the main thing is, listen. Listen is the main thing in all interviews. Don't focus on your next question, focus on the answer, because the answer is the main thing. And use the little questions. Why? Explain to me. Give me an example. Because these little questions gives the most beautiful answers. Because then the guy you're interviewing start to, for example, tell your story. And that's the best part of interview. Because the interview, all the interview we have in the world is from a storyteller, a good storyteller. So use these little questions. Why? Give me an example. Explain to me. No, I don't understand you. And so on and so on. And that will form the interview. Because if you are focusing on your next question, you forgot these little questions. And the worst interview are like this. The guy in front of you is telling something important, and he is even saying to you, I can give you so many examples. But you are focusing on the next question and forget to ask him, tell me something about these examples. So we have to listen.
What do you do if someone comes in with written text for answering questions? What do you do? Do you take it away from him?
They can have their papers in front of them, their points, but don't sentences, don't written A4 pages, just their points, because they are trying to remember some figures, some statistic, some persons, and so on. And that's okay for them to have their points in front of them, but not a whole book to read or so on.
What about the environment? How do you build, what's the best environment for an interview?
Yeah, that's a good thing, because the environment is a big issue when it comes to interview. Of course, I'm taking a lot of interviews, thousands of interviews in my studio, and studio is a bit scary place for those who haven't been in interviews so often, because you have to go through some ceremony, through some newsroom, into making room, and then into the studio with heavy lights. You are sweating, and all these cameras around you, microphone. It's a ceremony, so you are a bit stretched in the end, maybe, if you're not used to it. The best place to take the interview for novelists, artists, is at their place in their companies and so on. But there's one big issue you have to remember. Don't let anyone else be in the room. Just you and the person you are interviewing, because everything is erupting you in the environment, especially some person, some colleague, some boss listen to you, he will erupt the interview. And especially if he stands in front of you, you will always think about what I'm saying. Does he like it? And so on. Just you and the guy you are interviewing. No one else. Peaceful atmosphere.
I know people trust you because they know you, know how you work. But what's a method for gaining people's trust, to get them comfortable?
Yeah. I always say to the person I'm interviewing, you know everything you're going to say. Don't think about anything else. And I would like to have a story from you. A beautiful story of what you have been studying for so many years. Just tell me your stories. What is the most beautiful things you are dealing with every day? What is the wow factor for people to listen to, and so on. And then people start to feel okay, because in advance they think the question will be difficult, but in the end the people you are interviewing, they know everything. They just have to lose the crane.
The element of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you surprise your interviewees, or is that a no-no situation?
I don't have to. No, I don't have to, because I'm trying to get some story out of them, and they know everything about the story, so I don't have to. But of course, if I am dealing with some big shot in politics, I will surprise him, and he knows that. That's another game.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you, in your opinion and your experience, are people open, or can they be secretive because they think that someone will steal the ideas, or it would not be appropriate, or something like that? What is your experience with that? Are people usually open and tell everything?
People are very open, and when it comes to artists and scientists, they are willing to open their heart, because it has changed, especially last years. People know that knowledge is so important nowadays, when we are dealing with social media and so on. People know that you have to use this media to let people know about facts, how the world is out there on its variety of fields. So all my people I'm interviewing nowadays, especially those who can research the earth, volcanoes, doctors dealing with COVID-19 and so on, they want to let you know everything, because they say it's so important. When it comes to artists, they are like clay. You can form them as you like, because they want to tell you everything about their feelings, their vision, their angle in everything. So it's quite easy, because people they do see the need of it. They have to give give it away.
My colleagues and I are preparing for expert interviews, analysis of design and whatever. What advice can you give us on interviews?
Be a partner in the interview. Question and answer, you're on the same level. The guy you're interviewing, he knows why he is in the interview. He's a specialist, and he will let you have all he knows. Be a partner. Don't be above, don't be below. And look into his eyes, and you can see he wants to tell you everything he knows. It's very important, because if you are a partner in the interview, it will be relaxed, it will be peaceful, it will be informative. And there's one thing about trust. Let him know why you are taking this interview, what is the use of it. You're gonna have it in your own research or something else. Let him know where it ends, where it will go, and he will be relaxed because of that.
I thank you on behalf of my colleagues. I know you have a busy day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.